Hello everybody, this is Retired Time Productions, and I'm Dave.
And I'm John.
And we're here to talk about these quadcopters that we previously mentioned in our BangGood box opening video. So here we are, and we've got both quadcopters. Also, John's got a special rig over here that controls it. Yeah. What is it, a robot camera?
It's a robot camera, huh?
So he's going to be testing that out just to see what happens.
Yeah.
Alright, so the first quadcopter we're going to discuss is this one right here.
Yep.
And it came in this box. And it is the UDI, hold it right here, the UDI RC, that's the company, U816A. And it is a 4-channel, 6-axis quadcopter. Now I was asking John what 6-axis means. I thought you only had 4 axes. You know, you had up and down and left and right.
3, you mean?
Yeah, 3.
Well, what I think it might be is the other 3 aren't really gyros. They're more like accelerometers.
So maybe they're just to help it when it goes forward, back, this way,
Yeah.
that way.
Yeah.
But not about pitch and roll and yaw.
Yeah.
Okay, I see. So maybe the other 3 are accelerometers. That would be a good explanation. But if anyone knows, just post us a comment under the video. And now the thing about this quadcopter is it comes with 2 tops. This is the sort of the AR drone look. And then there's another one in the box here that you can actually remove this cover and the whole thing comes off. I'm not going to do it right now, but it'd be nice to take it off, but I'm not going to do it for the interest of time. And you can take that off and maybe we'll fly a little more agile with that particular cover. And it comes with this style battery. And this battery is kind of like the battery from the U816A quadcopter. If anybody knows the U816A, this is the same battery, except for one caveat, and that is the wires.
The wires are backwards.
Yeah, so we had to do some what would you call it? Some adjustments to it.
Yeah.
To make it compatible with U816A, because we didn't want to get this mixed up with our U816A batteries. They looked the same, and we could get them mixed up and plug them in backwards and burn something out. So yeah. So we did a couple of things. So what did we do?
We swapped the wires here and we swapped the wires there.
See, it was John's idea, so he really knows.
Oh, whoops.
Yeah, so we swapped the wires on both the quadcopter and the battery. Now, I know that sounds like a lot of trouble, but really it isn't. It only took me just a few seconds, seriously. I just held on to the plug there and took an X-Acto blade and put it down on the little pin, pushed down and pushed backwards, and just popped right out. I did that on both of them, switched the wires around, and I mean, I was done in, well, a couple of minutes, and I had them switched around. And so now it'll accept the battery from the U816A as well. And I've got one of those in it right now. So that's an interesting thing about that. And the radios, let me put that down here, but the in the sense that they'll both do flips. They have flip functions built in, so they'll make you look really skilled. Even though you're maybe just a beginner, you can do some serious flipping. And these radios are very nice for the money. I think, you know, what did we pay? I think it was like $42 for this one, $42 for this one. I think this one might have been $47 or something. And the radios are excellent, you know, hobby grade radios. They're very easy to use. And we'll show you something about these. The WLToys version 949, you do flips by pressing the right button, which is different than the UDI quadcopter. But first thing you do is plug the battery into your QuadCopter, and then turn the radio on, and the radio will make a series of beeps, and then it'll initialize. And then to arm your QuadCopter, you move the throttle stick up and back down. At that point, you can fly your QuadCopter. Now, this one has two modes, but these modes are not rates on this one. There's something else, probably the radio modes. We just leave it in mode 2 for the US. This is different. The UDI, on the UDI, the modes are actually rates. On this one, the rate button is over here on the left, and when you press this, you'll get different rates just by doing that. I'm at 100% now. Okay, if you look at the screen, you can see it's blue and it says 20%. And then when I press the left-hand button, I can move it from 20 to 40, then from 40 to 60, and then from 60 to 100. And you'll see it's blue right now. When I go to 100, it'll turn orange. Now you have to be in 100% to do a flip. So once it's in 100%, you hold down the right-hand button and you'll hear some beeps. And then just move the stick any direction and it'll do a flip. Then after the flip, you might want to press the left button again to get out of 100% and either fly it in 20 to be more stable, or maybe bump it up to 40. And you'll have more control of the QuadCopter that way until you're ready to do your next flip, and then you can just bump it up to 100% again, holding the button, do your flip, hit it again to bump it down. So that's basically it. On the display, it has percentages for basically all the different axes. So if you're like moving the throttle, you can see that changing. If you're moving one of the other sticks, if you move the right stick left and right, it'll change there, and it'll change up and down. So this has percentages on the display. Probably no one will be looking at them because you just simply don't want to watch that when you're flying your helicopter. And then it has the regular trim buttons for everything. So you have your crab trim, your back and forth trim, your throttle trim, and your left and right. So that's about it for that one.
And for this one, you plug the battery in first or whatever and turn it on the controller. This one, it has a strength meter for signal strength, which by the way, you have to arm it like the other one. And that light will stop flashing. Although I did notice, annoyingly enough, it actually is still flashing, but at a very fast rate. So, but anyway, this button, instead of doing the flip on this one, it turns the light on and off. So that would turn the light on and off. Right now, I just switched it off. And then this one would be your flip button. On this one, it doesn't matter which rate you're in for flipping it, which by the way, they call the rates on this one mode for some reason. Right now it's in mode 1, which is low rate, so if I press this button, I go to mode 2 for high rates. Also, it's got a pre-programmed flip button right here. Just like the other one, if you press this flip button and hold it, you can do a flip like that. It's just a different button. And also has the throttle percentage, but it does not have percentage for any of the other ones, which I guess isn't really a bad thing. So that's pretty much about it for that one.
Hey, that's nice. So you have a kickstand right there.
I don't know if this one has it. Let me look. No, this one doesn't have it, see.
Now, I was also going to mention that both of these quadcopters come with extra blades and chargers, so you can charge up your batteries, and they each come with one battery. And the battery for this one here, the WLToys version 949, is the same battery that goes in the Blade 120 SR helicopter. Just right there. So you can just go down to the hobby store and buy more of those, or order them online. And like I said, the other one uses the 1SQ battery once you reverse the leads. So these batteries are readily available. And we found out we could order extra parts from BangGood. Surprisingly enough, they have extra parts online. So, and it's free shipping for everything. So, well, let's put a battery. I already got a battery in this one, so I'm just going to go ahead and turn it on. Now, what do we do first? Turn on the radio?
It doesn't seem to matter on these for some reason.
Okay, let's just go ahead and plug in the batteries, and we'll do it counterintuitively.
I'm going to do mine the right way, actually.
He's going to do his the right way. I'll do mine the wrong way. And this one has some nice little lights on the bottom, by the way. So now I'll turn on the radio.
On this one, you have to arm it by doing this first.
All right.
Okay.
Turn the stick down, back up. Yeah, you have to move the stick up and down on this one to get it started afterward. Okay. Are you ready for some pre-flight test? Now I'm going to knock my rates down. Wait a minute. I'm going to knock my rates down to 20%. I don't think we'll be doing any flips here. Maybe when we get in the gym. All right, 1, 2, 3, go. Well, I don't know what happened. Where'd they go?
Yeah, where'd it go? Let's do the panorama on my thing
Yours
here.
is upside down. Okay, well, let's just go up here to the Jen Creasner and look at that video we were talking about. So here is John flying the U816A UFO.
This light is annoying. It's always blinking. I don't
He's
know if you
making
can see
blinking
that.
lights.
I'm
Okay.
going to try it and see what it does.
See if it's the flip button.
See if it's an extra flip button.
All right.
It sure is.
That's what it is. The flip button's on the opposite side from our other one. Hey, there you go. There you go. Okay, now we're going to fly the version 949 WLToys UFO. Oh, the lights shut off. Is that the button on the left? Does that?
No, just throttling it. They shut off when you're not using the throttle.
Okay, they turn off when you're not using the throttle. All right.
There we go. Oh, I did it wrong.
There, that was a flip.
It's only to bring it lower, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Bent prop. Ran into one of the lights. Okay, we straightened the prop back out and we're going to try it again.
Oh.
Got out of the way just in time that time. Ready? How do I do that time? Start out there. Ready? Go.
Tell me when you're about to do a flip, though.
Just did it. Okay.
So I'm trying to.
Okay, now.
That way, if you drop, I can do it sideways. I'm doing pretty good, I guess.
Okay, so you saw the flight video and saw all the fun we had flying around and flipping and just really enjoying ourselves. This one did have a little accident and bend a blade, but John was able to just bend it back, right?
Yeah.
So it still works. In fact, we used it for this video with the blade that got bent, so it was no big deal. And so Any questions you have on these, just put some comments in underneath the video. I'm sure we're going to have questions too. We're going to keep flying and learning more about them. One thing I found out about this one was you want to start out in the low rates, get it up in the air, and then go to high rates before you do your flip, because it won't flip unless you're in high rates. So just start out, say on 20 or 40%, and then once you're up there, you can hit this 2 times if you're on 40, 3 if you're on 20. Get to 100%, then hold the button in and do your flip. And then you can go back to low rates again if you want to recover. This one here is harder to flip with this AR drone thing on it, but it will flip with a little bit of practice. Flips a lot easier with the small cover that comes with it, but then it's a little more difficult to control. Okay, well, we'll see you later, right?
See you on the tube.